Good afternoon everybody, my name is Leanna and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a bit of a different video because one of the things I wanted to do whenever I was starting this YouTube channel over again, or even before, last year, one of the things I've been wanting to do whenever I started this channel was basically do like a tea talk sort of series, which is basically me with a cup of tea. Technically it was hot chocolate most of the time. The idea was I was with a cup of tea, had a cup of tea in my hand, and I just talked away about some issues, like some subjects, whatever, based on my personal experience. And the reason behind doing that is because I wanted to make my YouTube channel a bit more personal to me and a bit more different. I know I do a lot of YouTube videos that are just trendy, just like what everyone else does, but I much as enjoy doing that, I also rather do my own personal videos, just like subjects, like talking videos, doing something a bit more personal and unique to me, because personally I can't think of a good video idea that it's just as good as something unique and for myself. Unlike one of my favourite YouTubers that I watch called Ryan, he makes really unique videos and everything, and I can't do that. I mean, it's just not really me. So the other idea was, well, the idea now is basically to share my personal experiences, or even just talk away to the camera about different subjects and so on. And that's kind of how I want my YouTube channel to be, like, personal to me and different from other channels. So I do want to do a bit more of that. So this is kind of the first video of that, and today I'm actually going to talk about something really personal, probably a bit too personal for my first ever video on this whole talking thing, and it is about my mum, who died about 5 years ago now. And honestly, a bit of grief as well, like grieving and sort of, because this idea came because one of the YouTubers I watch, I'm not gonna mention her name because I haven't actually told her. Like, it is a bit of backstory to this, but she lost her mom like a week or two ago, and she did talk about it on her channel and everything. And she's quite a small YouTuber, just like me. And she's just, I kind of do enjoy her videos. I just like sitting back and watching her videos. And she had lost her mom. And the reason why I'm not going to talk about, tell you who it is because I haven't actually told this woman. But like, maybe I post her channel down in the description. Like, honestly, if she wants me to remove this, it's fine. But it's just, I'm just going to talk about one of my favorite like YouTubers to watch and just show them relax. And I DM'd her saying, oh, I relate because I lost my mum, probably a bit different circumstances, but I lost my mum like 5 years ago, but like it was totally unexpected. It was like, yeah, but the reason why I got this idea was I realized how different people may interpret it, how I deal with it. Like, I said something to her or the way I acted to her, like how my mum died, I feel like it's a lot different from other people and how people may interpret that or maybe take it the wrong way. Because personally, whenever I talk about my mum or like my personal experience with death, and like my mum was the first person I have experienced in my family to like died within 6 months. Actually, 6 months beforehand is my first person, who was my nanny, who died 6 months before my mum, but it was more expected. My mum was like the first person to unexpectedly died, and I kind of have to say she was like the first person I experienced death in the family, because it was unexpected, it was out of the blue, and it was a bit more, a lot. I got a cat, by the way. Jesus. walking around, but it was a lot more emotional, and it was a lot more, it had a bit more of an effect. Not saying that my nanny's death was like not, doesn't have an effect on me at all. It was more expected, so I mean it was just like the time had come and it was very sad, but you know. And it's just, I don't know what I'm talking about now, but basically the way I kind of deal with my mum now is basically I kind of do dark humor. I mean, I do a little bit of a humor, like oh, she died, ha. I mean, that's the way I deal with death, and I feel like people take that the wrong way a lot, because I personally been told by somebody that they did not like the way that I'm so chill. I'm taking it lightly that my mum died while she was a bit more upset about it, and she didn't like the way that I was because it was my mum, and I'm like, this is the way I grieve. I mean, I personally don't take it sad. I don't get sad about it. I don't really get emotional about it. I don't go into a whole just sad period of grief and everything. I kind of try and take it lightly because I don't know why. It's just the way I dealt with it. And some people took it the wrong way, saying that I didn't care. But like, here's the thing, everybody grieves differently. I mean, me, dark humor, take it lightly, you know, as long as I have my support, like a support group and everything, I'm more than happy to just laugh about it. Well, not laugh about it in a bad way, but it's just, you know, people just take it like a dark humor sort of thing, so I kind of like be a bit light about it and laugh a bit and just like joke a bit about it, you know, and that's kind of how I dealt with it. But other people like just go into maybe a bit of a sad period in their lives, or takes it even harder and go into a depression or something like that. Or some people may be so sensitive that they can't talk about it until a while later and everything. And I did talk about it, like after my funeral, like after my mum's funeral, I went to my friend's house and I kind of just talked about it, like we just talked about my mum in general, like not that I was particularly, like not like a sad conversation, but more like life in general, about her life and everything, and that kind of helped me a lot in dealing with it. And other people would probably take longer to just be out with it, just like, you know, be out with it, just say, oh, she died, and then start talking about it. But I was very quick, like other people cry and everything, I didn't cry. I cried twice, and that was it. I cried once the night before the funeral, and then during the funeral, which I don't think anyone actually noticed, and that was the only time that I ever cried ever. I think the night before, because I was alone and I was in a relative's house, and I was just didn't really want to be with the adults because I was about 15 at the time. I didn't really want to be with the adults, and really particularly want to be with them anyway, because it was just all sad and depressing. I was just like, I'd rather just be on my own. I just don't like being in that room, and I cried then. I don't know what happened, I just cried, and probably out of surprise my friend came and, you know, hung out with me for 3 hours after that. But, you know, after that, the funeral, yes, I did cry. Yeah, no one knew I cried. It was just, I don't think anyone beside me even knew that I cried. I just kind of hid behind the leaflet and just cried for a bit, and after that, I was just kind of like, took it lightly. I mean, like, of course I was sad and everything, but it's just how I dealt with it. And like, after all that, because I took it so lightly, I talked it like very, very quickly over a period. After a while, I kind of just got used to it. Like, I got used to it very quickly. But the thing is, because of that, because I took it like lightly and everything, people may not want to talk about it like after a period of time. Like they were more willing to talk about it at the time whenever she died and during that period, but afterwards no one really wanted to talk about it, at least what I felt anyway. Like people just moved on because everybody assumed I moved on, and of course I've moved on, but here's me 5 years later affected by it, but in a more mental way. Like before she died and everything, I was going through depression and anxiety, mainly anxiety because I was kind of like a selective mute. I mean, I kind of didn't talk to anyone at all. I was getting like panic attacks and everything just by socializing and everything. So beforehand, before all that, like I didn't even eat at that time. I was probably about months beforehand to like years, I think. I can't really remember the time period really, but I didn't eat at all because my anxiety. I couldn't go into the school canteen at the time because at the time because I was so quiet, I was so shy. Before this anxiety came through, I kind of already was like isolated from everyone else, and that kind of made me a target for not bullying, but it was kind of bullying. It was like, it wasn't bullying like people didn't talk very badly about me. It was like bullying that people kind of whispered about me, and just like a it's really hard to explain what kind of bullying it was, but it wasn't like I heard anything, but I knew. So yeah, so like at that time, that was kind of what before my mum died, and then after my mum died, I was like still quiet, still shy, but I kind of gotten myself out of that mindset way beforehand, and I don't know how. It's just after she died, I just became better, I guess. I didn't I mean, with the better thing, I don't think I meant like I was getting better with my anxiety or anything. I think it was mainly because of the support I getting with school and everything. My confidence has gone up, and I was like talking to people and maybe talking like eating a lot more because at that time I didn't really eat in the canteen, as I said. But to be honest, I didn't get any support for like 2 or 3 years after all that, like after I left high school, and also yeah, I just wanted to say that very quickly. And but at the same time, I still refused to like go into the canteen. Like that was the year of my GCSE, so I was going to college the next year to do A levels, and even then, for like a year or so while in college, I refused to go into the canteen because I couldn't deal with being in a room with full of people who were eating and just shitting. Because I didn't like. I always thought everybody was looking at me, so at that time I just kind of went out of the college into town and got my food, and I was just still isolating myself. And it probably took me about a year or two afterwards. I think it was a year. No, definitely like 2 years afterwards before I actually started being a bit more open about myself, because first year I don't think really many people like me. I was the only girl in the class. The second year, that whenever my anxiety and depression took an awful toll on me again, because I was still not dealing with it, and I had to repeat the first year of A levels because of that. Because the first year I was in college, I was actually doing GCSEs because I didn't get enough because of the whole thing, and then afterwards I did A levels because I never deal with it. I didn't go to college, and then just But now 5 years on, and yeah, I got help for my anxiety and a little bit of depression, but mainly my anxiety. And 5 years on, because of my mum's death, I feel like it affects me now differently, because I am now thinking more about my mum's death, but in a very negative way with my mental illness. I don't know what kind of mental illness this is, but whenever I think about my mum's death, I kind of go on about it in my head and just want the whole thing over with me again. But at the same time, I'm kind of obsessed with the idea of death in general. Not in a suicide way, it was more of a everyone else is gonna die. And it's just a weekly thing that I'm dealing with. Yeah, I don't really want to go into too much about it because I haven't actually felt it in like a couple of days, so I can't think of what I was feeling, but I know that it'll probably come up again, and then I'll probably kind of just remind myself what I was doing. But it was a very obsession over death, like the whole, like my dad, for example, I think constantly when he's gonna die, which I don't know when anyone's gonna die, but I was like, when he's gonna die, this is what's gonna happen, and then I just kind of pre-plan how I'm gonna deal with it, and I don't know why. I feel like I need to talk about this with someone, but maybe because my mum's death is so unexpected, I kind of like now obsession over the unexpected death of others. So, and how I deal with it, yeah, and what I would do. So I don't know why that's happening. I want to apologise for any background noise, by the way. I have a cat. She's back in, and there's a storm outside. So, yeah. But yeah, it's just that I don't know. I just kind of raved on about this, and I don't really want to talk about it much anymore. Well, I can't really think of what else to talk about because I've kind of been in a better mindset at the moment. Like a temporary mindset before I probably obsess over it again, or I stop thinking about it and then it will go on. But yeah, it's just, I kind of wanted to talk about my mum in a bit and about grieving, because like I kind of dealt with my mum's death quite easily. I don't know why. And like I thought there's other issues, like my family, for example. It's completely different now, and I don't really want to talk about that because it might be a bit too personal, but it's different in a negative way or in a bad way. And yeah, it's just everyone deals with death differently, and I feel really bad for what I've kind of said to this girl, this young woman, that whenever I DM'd her on Instagram and like tried to support her, I kind of realised how I dealt with it, and I felt like wouldn't be the best way to try and give her a bit of a support in this. And I feel like, mainly because she didn't reply back to me, and I feel like, God, this is how I dealt with it, and I probably am not the best person to like give support. But I really do feel bad about it, and I've been like kind of like thinking about it, like maybe overthinking about it since. So I don't know if she probably ever watched it, but if she watches this, I'm sorry for what I said. I kind of took my mum's death a bit too lightly, or I kind of just you maybe took it the wrong way. But yeah, I feel like I do need to talk about it more, but to be honest, you know, everybody doesn't want to talk about it after 5 years. At least not anyone that's not my dad wants to talk about it after 5 years. So, you know, that's just kind of got me the idea to just talk into the camera and talk about this. Because I don't talk about it with anyone, and I feel like that's a bit of a negative thing. And I know people may say, talk to your family, talk to your friends. Friends since 5 years ago kind of like left, or I kind of made them leave, yeah, but I kind of made them, or like the 3 friends that I do have now that is still here after 5 years. Like I do talk to one, but it's just, I don't think they understand it really because it has been so long. And I feel like that's a sad thing because no one just wants to talk about it anymore. And also the family thing, once again, it's a bit personal. If you really want to know, you can message me about it on Instagram. But let's just say I can't talk to my family about it, and that would probably be the most easiest way without getting in trouble if anyone watches this. But yeah. So yeah, I didn't want to talk about that and the fact of my mum's experience. So I don't know what else to talk about now because everybody agrees with it differently, and I'm just here like smile on my face. I take it lightly. I don't know why. I probably after this, probably most definitely after recording this, I'll probably not be smiling. I'll be like sad and everything. I'll probably be talking to somebody afterwards because I'll probably get a bit more sad about it. But generally, this is how I talk about my mum's death. I'm just smile on my face, take it lightly and everything. I don't know why. Probably because I'm just hiding my real feelings, but I'm not. But I know my real feelings are not going to be that emotional or that sad. It's going to be quite similar to this, but maybe less happy. But yeah. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to talk about that, and yeah, super personal. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I may or may not put this YouTube channel down below. If you do, check out her videos. I mean, I think she did a video whenever her mum died, and you should check that out. I mean, if you want, support her. I feel bad, but yeah, I do like her channel, so really do support her if you want. If you're watching this, ask me to take it down. I don't mind at all. I just want to talk about my experience and how I feel bad. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for not uploading in 2 weeks time. I feel like I may just upload whenever I want now, but I really do feel like if I don't upload in 2 weeks time, that's the longest I should go without uploading. That's generally how I feel. Like any longer, I'll probably stop doing this. But yeah, I do still want to constantly upload videos, but 2 weeks will be the longest time I not upload a video, and that's the plan. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, DM me on Instagram, but all my socials are down below, and I really hope you have a good weekend. Bye guys.